and she's offering the breast to the baby. And you can see that this is all sandstone that was originally painted, but unfortunately now all the painting has gone. So from the style of this Madonna, you can see, well, that is what the experts told us, that she is probably of the 15th century, because the style reminds that time frame. You can see, for example, that the Madonna, the way she is represented there is she's a mother. She's not a severe Madonna standing like that. She's a mother, she has a humanity, she has her head on the shoulder while breastfeeding, and that is the typical way the mothers have their head on the shoulder while they breastfeed. So this is a typical it's a typical feature of the Renaissance time. Compared to the medieval carvings, you can see there is a huge difference, because the medieval carvings are always very severe, very straight, there is no expression. They symbolize most of the times something, but they don't want to represent the humanity of the figure. You don't read feelings out of while the Renaissance time, also in the paintings, it gives you a real feeling of the proportions. They are all very good. Here, of course, we are not talking of fine arts. That's a rural art. It's rustic. It's made, in a simple way. But this communicates something. There is a tenderness that goes through. So, two other interesting things. One is that the Madonna here is kneeling. The kneeling Madonna is called Madonna of Humbleness, because she's kneeling, and that's very rare to find. And the other thing is about her left hand. So look at her left hand and tell me what you notice about that left hand that you find peculiar or...
How many fingers does she have?
Ecco, count them. She has 5 fingers and a thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see? So apparently, you don't notice that. I mean, you had a very good eye, because most of the people would say, oh, she has a bracelet, she has a ring, she has a longer arm, a shorter arm, whatever, 1,000 of things, and then just the last thing is, oh, but she has also 6 fingers, In fact, what the experts told us is having 6 fingers, of course it was not mistake, it was made on purpose, and it was considered to be like in the medieval time, when witches were painted or carved. They often used to have 6 fingers, because it was a sign as for their supernatural being. Here, it's considered to be also a sign of superiority, not in the evil way of the witches. It's a spiritual figure, it's a Madonna, so it's a sign for her being above a certain level. It's also supernatural figure, if you want. It goes away.
Yes. Find a class.
And so the chapel became a local cult place. All the women were and are coming here to pray, to say, this is an altar, and here they used to bring offers and flowers, light a candle, say a prayer to the Madonna, because she's supposed to bring milk to the pregnant women. And also my husband Carlo, for our first child, I was without any milk. Nothing. I was in hospital, and the 4th day, nothing. The 5th day, I had to come back home, and I didn't have milk. I was already bottle feeding. And Carlo, without telling me anything, he came here and he brought flowers. He said a prayer. And the following day, I was full with milk. So then he confessed, and he told me, you know why, what happened, I did this. probably he would never have told me if that wouldn't have. And I don't know if it was because of his prayers, because of, in fact, I got the miracle. So that was a miracle for me, at least. And then, so it was a very beautiful situation to know that he came here, and after that it happened. It was very special. But this is also a way that you can understand how also young people, he was 30 at that age, you know, that, in that moment, how much we are connected, they are connected to this kind of traditional things, because he remembered that the mother used to do that and the grandmother used, and the local women. So maybe there is not 100% of belief, but these are the things where you say, well, it won't hurt, I can do it anyways. And in the same way, when hail comes, or if there is a risk of hail, he goes, we have a couple at home, the holy branch of olive tree. The Palm Sunday, you go to the church and they bless it. Then you take that branch, when there is hail, you take it out, you burn it, and you shout out of the window in this way with the burning olive branch. That stops hail. That is what the tradition says. It stops hail. So the first time I saw my husband with a branch of tree burning out, I said, what are you doing? Are you have something? He said, no, it helps, it stops the hail. And then the hail stopped. Of course, I said, the hail lasts 5 minutes, the time you go, you take it out, you burn it, you open, and you do a couple of minutes like that, it will stop. No, it's not true, it's because it really helps. Okay. So all these are a little bit of farmers' traditions, but also mixed with superstition and of religion. It's faith. Don't forget that we are Catholic now, but so this area was all Christianized, but before that time, everything was pagan. Pagan with the fertility god, and this is also not a Catholic Madonna. The milk Madonna, it's part of the pagan tradition. So still there are women that if you talk with them, they would tell you, yes, of course I am deeply Catholic because I go to church every Sunday, but at the same time they do things that are connected to the paganism, and they are not even aware that they are. They're just part of their life. So
more of a tradition now than a pagan ritual. More of a tradition.
Yes. And they didn't disappear, these rituals, because when it was Christianized, the passage was very smooth. The Christians did not destroy these pagan symbols, and they just tried to take the people towards, but in a smooth way. In other parts of Italy and in the world, when the Christians arrived, they made it in the worst way, you know, they destroyed everything. So while here it was smooth, so they overlapped in a way and became a kind of mixed tradition. Was that yours? Okay, let's go down.
We just find the whole thing mind-boggling because Australia's never spelled it.
Yeah.
770. Yeah.
I gotta go join the rest of the group. They're going into the caverns, and I'm not gonna be able to film in there.